Welcome to the Titan Tar channel. Today we have a topic to discuss about how Russia uses its apocalyptic weapons to curb support for Ukraine. Don't miss the chance to join us and share your opinions with us by subscribing and liking to grow our community. Become a member of our channel and evolve your rank. This year, President Vladimir Putin has repeatedly used the nuclear threat as a deterrent, emphasizing that Russia has the world's largest nuclear arsenal in an attempt to make the West hesitate to step up its support for Ukraine. In addition to reinforcing this threat, Putin also ordered his military to conduct tactical nuclear weapons exercises in cooperation with ally Belarus. He recently announced that Russia would begin producing land-based intermediate-range missiles, which were previously banned under the now-defunct 1987 Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces (INF) treaty with the United States during the Soviet era. Last month, Putin took another significant step by revising Russia's nuclear doctrine, lowering the threshold for using its nuclear arsenal, sending a clear message of toughness. Putin relies heavily on this vast stockpile of warheads and missiles, which he sees as the last line of defense against NATO's superiority in conventional weapons. These weapons serve as a deterrent against what he sees as threats to Russia's sovereignty and territorial integrity. A closer look at Russia's nuclear arsenal reveals the questions surrounding this strategy. According to the Federation of American Scientists, Russia has a total of 5,580 nuclear warheads, both deployed and undeployed, while the United States has 5,044. Together, these two nations control about 88% of the global nuclear arsenal. Most of these weapons are strategic in nature, with intercontinental capabilities. Like the United States, Russia maintains a nuclear triad consisting of land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles, long-range bombers, and ballistic missile-equipped submarines. Since taking power in 2000, Putin has been modernizing the components of this nuclear triad, which were originally developed by the Soviet Union. Russia has deployed hundreds of new land-based missiles, commissioned new nuclear submarines, and modernized strategic bombers. These efforts have prompted the United States to also begin a costly upgrade of its own nuclear arsenal. Russia's land-based strategic missile forces have been re-equipped with Yar's mobile ICBMs, and recently, Russia began deploying the heavy Sarmat ICBMs, known in the West as Satan II. These new missiles will gradually replace the older Soviet-era R-36MS. However, the Sarmats have faced challenges, with a recent test resulting in a massive explosion. At sea, Russia has ordered 7 new Boryai-class nuclear submarines, each equipped with 16 Bulava missiles. The country plans to build 5 more of these submarines to strengthen its nuclear fleet. Along with these new models, Russia still has a number of Soviet-era nuclear submarines in operation. Russia's strategic aviation relies on Soviet-era Tu-95 and Tu-160 bombers, both capable of carrying nuclear-tipped cruise missiles. Moscow has restarted production of the supersonic Tu-160, halted after the collapse of the USSR in 1991, with plans to produce several dozen modernized aircraft with new engines and electronics. In addition to strategic weapons, Russia also possesses between 1,000 and 2,000 tactical nuclear weapons, which are designed for use on the battlefield and generally have less destructive power than strategic warheads. These weapons include Iskander missiles, which have a range of up to 500 kilometers and can be armed with either conventional or nuclear warheads. The Russian Air Force also possesses the Kinzhal hypersonic missile, which can be launched from MiG-31 fighter jets and is capable of carrying both conventional and nuclear warheads. Russia and Belarus recently held joint military exercises simulating the use of tactical nuclear weapons, highlighting the importance of these weapons in the current geopolitical landscape. Since the Cold War, Moscow and Washington have followed the principle of nuclear deterrence based on the concept of mutually assured destruction, MAD, where both sides believe that any nuclear attack would trigger devastating retaliation. Russia's nuclear doctrine, adopted in 2020, states that the use of nuclear weapons would be justified in response to a nuclear attack or a threat that endangers the existence of the Russian state. Putin recently reinforced this doctrine, warning that a conventional attack backed by a nuclear power could be treated as a joint strike, sending a clear message to the West. These changes suggest that Russia is stepping up its reliance on nuclear weapons as a means of coercion in the war against Ukraine. In 2023, Putin suspended Russia's participation in the New START treaty, although he promised to respect the limits set by the agreement until its expiration in 2026. As tensions between the U.S. and Russia reach levels not seen since the Cold War, the U.S. has sought to resume talks on nuclear arms control. However, Putin has rejected that offer, saying such talks are pointless as long as the U.S. seeks a strategic defeat of Russia in Ukraine. Domestically, Russian hawks have been pushing for a resumption of nuclear testing as a way to show Moscow's willingness to use its arsenal if the United States does the same. Although Putin has said he would resume testing only if the United States does so first, the stance has heightened global tensions over nuclear weapons. In addition to traditional weapons, Putin has unveiled new weapon systems, including the Avangard hypersonic vehicle, the Poseidon underwater drone, and the Burevestnik cruise missile, all designed to evade missile defenses. The development of these weapons demonstrates Russia's continued commitment to maintaining its nuclear supremacy, even in the face of technological challenges and risks. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. Your interactions mean a lot to us and help us grow. See you next time.